Let me show you how to get a vehicle quick in 7 Days to Die Rebirth 1.0. First you need to find a repairable vehicle that you can interact with, and then you can see all the parts you need. So be sure to mark it on the map. It's a good idea to also mark what kind of vehicle it is and what kind of motor it needs, and maybe what kind of wheels it needs. So now let's go get those parts for that vehicle. Wrenching damaged bicycles or mini bikes or something like that will get you nothing except the standard components, pipes and mechanical parts, so don't really spend time on them in the early game. Wrenching motors will not give you a motor. The same is true for different kinds of light, headlights, roof lights. I haven't gotten a light from any of them, so just ignore them. They won't give you any headlights. But if you want wheels, there are wheels on the ground that you can pick up. So be sure to pick them up if you drive by them. There are several kind of wheels. The smallest ones are bicycle wheel, then we have mini bike wheels, and we have car wheels. There are a lot of wheels, so be sure to pick them up. They are also different quality. I can't see how that matters to the vehicle quality. So now it's time to wrench cars, and everything that looks like a wreck, whether it's vanilla or chocolate, just ignore them. Even these 300 hit point cars will give you nothing except the base components, no bonus at all. Here is an ATV at 900 hit points. It will give you something usually. I think there's a 50% chance that it will give you some component. 900 hit points, this is not the best way to get components unless you're looking for some kind of mini bike or motorcycle specific component. Oh, did I forget to tell you? The hordes in this game are huge. Do not get surprised at them when wrenching. They are frame breaking, as you would call it. Let's go back to the lootable, fine vanilla vehicles, which usually have 1500 or 2000 hit points, or if they're trucks or something else have more. They will give you something in the end, but that is not optimal since it takes a long time to wrench. And here I'm acting like a noob. You should always power wrench. Since this takes very little stamina, you will wrench twice as fast. I wrenched 100 cars before I noticed it doesn't really take that much stamina, so don't do like me, don't like the pros, wrench with power attacks. So how about this 1500 hit points vanilla wrecks? Only if you want the basic components. You will not get much more out of this. No car parts are in these wrecks. And now let's get on to some chocolate vehicles. Here we have a 300 hit points times 3 vehicle, and these are the gold mine. They have 2 chances to give you specific car parts. At the first breakdown and at the second breakdown, and you do not need to break them down completely. You can just skip the last step. You have a high chance of getting 2 or maybe 3 special vehicle parts from the first wrenching and the second wrenching, so only 600 hit points to get maybe up to 2 car parts. And you should not forget to loot while you're wrenching cars. Especially chocolate police cars have excellent loot. A lot of ammunition and mods and maybe some other stuff. Always look out for them, but they're not really worth wrenching except if you're looking for a V8 engine. This was the first time I ever got a V8 engine, was from a cop car. They have 1500 hit points, and they will give you a car specific part at the end. So if you're looking for a V8 engine, you maybe want to wrench some cop cars. So what about buses, trucks and fire trucks? If they're wrecks, they won't give you anything special. If they're working, they will give you something in the end, but it's really not worth it. I wrenched a lot of them trying to find a V8. I never got anything like that. So just leave those big trucks alone until you have an impact wrench, because they're really not worth it. This is a working military vehicle. It needs 8 military wheels and some other specific parts. I was initially trying to get a car, but I couldn't find any V8 engines. But I did find this mix of a moped and a go-kart that I managed to get working. We just needed 5 parts. To get any of these vehicles working, you need a hot wire kit, which is sold by the player vending machines behind one of the traders. And don't forget to refuel it before you ride away, and pick up your bicycle if you got that, and let's ride into the sunset together. Right. Now we're talking. So let's get serious. I'm gonna show you my best tricks on how to really get a vehicle fast. As long as you have the wrench, you can get a vehicle on maybe day 1. Here we have a working motorcycle. I was super scared of wrenching anything that was working, but that is actually how you get the good stuff. Since I already know that I had a motorcycle at another place, I gave it a shot and I was surprised of what I got. Wrench working vehicles, and it will reward you. For this particular motorcycle, I did not only get most of the parts for a motorcycle, I also get the handlebars and the chassis. And if you get the handlebars and the chassis, you can actually craft yourself a non-working motorcycle. However, you do need all the parts to get it working, and a hot wire kit and some fuel. But that's my best tip for you: wrench working vehicles and you will get the parts in no time. Just put them in there, hot wire it, and you're ready to go. But let's wrench this VM apocalyptic spiker car and see what we get. Also, if you're wrenching for maybe half a day, you will be able to upgrade your wrench. It happens pretty quickly, maybe 10 or 15 hours or so. Just keep wrenching and you will get a better wrench basically every day. So let's see what we got. Oh, that's a lot of good stuff. 2 wheels, V8 engine, vehicle starter, carburetor, car radiator, transmission and headlight. And that's how you get a vehicle in 7 Days to Die Rebirth.